What's up, everyone? This is Malik here with the Fourth Eye Movement, here to tell you guys today about the creativity and diversity that you can get into when it comes to your relationship with God today and where your relationship is now. Through life, we go through many adventures and many experiences that draw us near God. But now it's time to utilize what we've learned and what we acquired today to build that foundation stronger than it is now. So today I wanted to talk with you guys. Well, first off, just wanted to let you guys know, one, as you see, I have the shirt on that says Hustle Smart. Wanted to give a shout out to Hustle Smart in my video as well. The guy Kurt who's over it, just wanted to give a shout out to him. You guys will go purchase his clothing, Hustle Smart. You can see the shirt. I'll put his I'll put his Instagram. I'll put his Instagram under the description. So when you guys are done with the video or at any time, just go click on his Instagram link and it'll take you straight there to his page, and you'll be able to contact him about any type of clothing or anything you would like to get from him. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about having a passion for people. Now, having a passion for people simply means what it says. Every title that I will give you guys, what I will be talking about, the title literally means what it says, but what we're doing, of course, we're going to dig deeper and we're going to talk more on the meaning of it, because it's always good to have reasons to do certain things. It's always good to have reasons to go about certain foundations in your life to set. Certain foundations in your life to set. How to do them? Why are you doing it? We always want to know why are we doing something. So we're going to talk more on having a passion for people, but also why and what does it do. Well, I will say, with basic start off on questions, why is it important, or what are the effects of it? Well, why is it important is because when it comes to having a passion for people, you are building a connection. You're building a connection with many individuals, and you're setting growth. You're setting growth within your heart and theirs as well. Having a passion for people goes deep. It goes into love, care, courage, bravery, connections, decisions. The passion is endless. It's like a adventure. You ever seen a movie or watched a movie where there was mass and numerous adventures? That's what the passion is. That's what having a passion is for, basically. And when it comes to having that and set with your foundation with God, it builds you stronger. It builds you stronger in your relationship with Him, because you will then understand that you were put on this earth to help and serve other individuals that will also help and serve you. It's like the world, as I say, the world just goes round and round. The world, it literally does go round and round. As you help others, others will help you. It's good to continue that cycle. Now, as we may know, we talk about how we have to break cycles and whatnot, but this is a cycle that I enjoy. I always want to know that there are people here helping me. There are people that I can depend on and people that I can trust. And through that, just having that certain trust with them, where it's like, I know that, I'm not holding them to anything or counting on them for this and that 24/7, but just knowing that they have a sense of care for me, that is what sets me at I have a good understanding. Having a passion for people is something that builds your character, builds your heart into a loving individual, into a person that really, really understands life. You understand who you are. You understand God. You are seeing the traits that are passed down from you from God. God, when He created us, of course, He created us in His image. Well, that word image isn't just what we know as image. A lot of things in the Bible, a lot of things that they talk about, it's good to have an open mind when you're reading the Bible, first off. But when you hear a lot of the certain words that they say, just know that the word itself is diverse, because God, He's a diverse God. He's a missionary God. He doesn't just speak to one particular group. He doesn't just engage in one particular crowd or one particular group. He engages with everyone here on this earth. He is in a relationship with everyone here on this earth. Some people may not understand or know or acknowledge that He's in a relationship, but that's the point that He wants to get you. So you will know that God wants to get in a relationship with you, and He wants to work with you through the life that He has given you. He wants to let you experience the adventure. And with that adventure, that is why he brought people within our lives, so we can experience it with them. With that as well, you will have many people who you feel are good to you, and many people you feel are, not so good to you. Well, that's a part of life. Doesn't matter if you're a good character or you're a bad character yourself. You are always going to experience individuals who were good to you and who were bad to you, or were just there. You didn't feel like there was any experience that you got out of them. They were just there. So that is why when you are understanding your life and how to learn about people, remember to have a passion. Remember to build a foundation for a passion. It is so great to have a passion for people, because you're actually able to engage with individuals. You are actually able to correspond and communicate and understand and love and just experience others' lives as well. Of course, our own individual life isn't the only life here on this earth. You will start to realize there are other lives on this earth that have either the same or different parts of their life. the same thing you have going on in life, or different things that they have going on in their lives that you're going to be new to once they tell you. So I would say those are just bases that really do cover a good foundation, a great foundation on, why it would be good to have a passion for others and just to carry that on. It's hectic. It was very hectic. Growing up and having those emotional issues, where honestly a lot of issues that I had were coming from people. They were coming from people and how they were in their ways. And those issues were set for me to hate people. Those issues that I had with many individuals, from what they would say about me, how they would feel, what they would do, they were set out for me to hate people. Hate people. Had I not just still had that light in my heart, that individuality that I acquired, and that light in my heart, I would have hated people. I have went through times where I've talked about people. When I say talked about people, not like all in their face, but basically gossiping, running my mouth about people, saying this and that about them. And when I had got to a point where I really wanted to, get into my purpose and know God and know Him and this and that, He was showing me all these ways and how to do this and that, speaking to me, telling me about this, how to work, who I am and stuff. It got to a point, like, mind you, once I started doing this, I started really wanting to be in people's lives too. So it got to a point where I remember I was praying one day, and of course I don't remember particularly what I was praying about, but all I know is I was praying to God. I was in my room, and all of a sudden I just thought about the fact that in high school I used to talk about people all the time. Mind you, in high school, middle school, everybody talks about each other. Even though you talking about people are talking about you. So we were all hypocrites. We just gonna say that. But I'm looking more at the serious side for my heart. So I just thought about, in high school, I did nothing but talk about people. Talk about them. Talk. Put so much bad labels on them. When you're talking about people, that's gossiping. And gossiping is no different from putting a curse on someone. What you speak is strong. Speak that into existence. Speak that into the air. Speak that into someone's ear. That is a strong, powerful message you're sending out about someone else. And you could tell something, you can say something that is not true about someone to someone else, and that person will believe you for 10 whole years. 10 years straight. And because you started, and you told that person a lie about that other individual to someone else, them two could possibly never meet each other. They might have the best friendship if they meet each other, or the best relationship, but because you came to them and told them whether it was true or not, because you basically came and ran your mouth about them, that possibly cut all possible connections off. So that's what I was saying. I was on the floor and I was in my room, I was praying, and all of a sudden I bust out in tears. because, and I tell you, it was one of them, one of them just cries where it was just like, it was over, because I realized what the mission that I had with me loving people and caring people and growing, doing more for people, it collided. I would say it collided. I'm just using it. It kind of collide. I said collide. It kind of collide with how I used to be in the past. And I look back and I did nothing but talk about people. And it just showed me, like, one, I left high school just being extremely negative. Even if many individuals thought or they saw me as a good friend or whatnot, I myself realized that was extremely negative. And I only realized it once I got into my own purpose to start serving, helping, and being there for people, or praying for people, talking to God about people. And that, it kind of just crashed. It kind of just showed me, like, you see that right there, Malik, that wasn't what you know. That wasn't what you needed to be doing at that time. That right there was wrong. It didn't help you. It didn't help your heart. It didn't put you at a place where you could grow in God. It didn't do anything. And I'm pretty sure you guys know that talking about people is a common factor. It's a common thing that we do every day. We can't go a day without talking about people. Why? Because people do stuff every day. People do stuff that get on our nerves, that make us happy, that make us sad, mad. People don't even do things. They can just be looking a certain way, and you just take it from there. So it was just, when I say it was a weight lifted off of me, but it was also a learning lesson. And it was like, now you want to get into a purpose where you're out here helping people and being there, but it was kind of like God was saying is like, Malik, let me tell you something. On the real, I love you, but you want to help people? I suggest you not talk about people, because you're gonna be at a position where you're stuck. And I felt it. It's even times I slipped up again and I feel it, because it's like, it's more of a heart feeling. This is not something that you're putting on for show. Like when you go to a job interview and you don't have no type of etiquette or nothing, but you put on your best job interview outfit. Your whole voice changed to how your mom or dad would call somebody on the phone, and their voice changes to this proper and voice that ain't loud and yelling at you or telling you to sit down. It's like, you can't do that. You can't just switch it up when it comes to working in the spirit, because when you're working in God, you're working in the spirit. That's what that is. Anything that is a physical, it honestly is not what you put first, because that eventually comes. When you pray in the spirit and you are authentically praying, that eventually comes in the physical. That's why a lot of times, of course, when you pray, certain things don't happen just then and there. Number one, there's no time in the spiritual realm. So in the spiritual realm, the way we go by time, the 24 hours a day, or the 7 days a week, or the 12 months in a year, or 365 days in a year, time doesn't abide by that. Everything is there. Everything is there. We just have to, in this world, we just have to live that out. So time doesn't abide by that. And the spiritual realm doesn't abide by time, excuse me. And when you try to do certain things that contradict you and go about a certain way in the physical, but your spiritual self is saying another, it'll collide. You will kind of crash with yourself. It's like getting a car crash with your own self. You get in a car crash, you look up and realize it was you. And you have a whole realization about your life. Basically. You can't try to do good with a bad heart. You can't go out here and have a passion for people when you're rebelling against people, when you're talking about people, when you're putting curses. God created everyone to love everyone. There will be people out here who do not care for you. It's not the fact that they are your haters, but they have no obligation towards you. They have no reason to love you. They're not your mom, your family, anything. That is true, because it's all of us. But the true foundation is for us to be set to love each other. So, and I'll say that's why if you look in the past where God did things where he, did things such as he flooded the earth, or with Sodom and Gomorrah when he had to rain down fire on the city and whatnot. He did those acts because it was to the point where the world was so consumed in darkness. It was to the point where that nobody was making progress. Nobody was making progress. If the way things were before Jesus came, if they were to start happening now, we would think that this was the end of the world. But back then, that was everyday lifestyle. Everyday lifestyle. And through understanding, excuse me, because a lot of times I would ask God, please be my heart, my mind, like use me, have me understand things. Like even when I'm walking or just thinking, let me hear and understand how things work so I can get a better way to say things such as I'm saying it to you guys now, or to just speak or just to know about stuff. So one of the things reading, of course, reading the Bible, learning, getting close to the God, I realized like if things were to happen back then, happen now, it would look like the apocalypse. And we would think that Jesus is returning tomorrow at 2 p.m. All right? So that's just a little glimpse and an idea of what happens when you don't have passion. In the past, that was a huge lack of passion. Huge lack of passion. Jesus had to come and set that foundation for passion. Now, I will tell you guys, of course, for the new age and new generation, we have so much within our view range that promotes hate. Hate, 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 hate. And I'm going to break it down to you real quick. All of our favorite celebrities, all the people that we love seeing, the things we are attracted to, how we go about, the main thing that our generation is looks at as the best thing to do is have goals and achievements. Have goals and accomplishments. Have goals and progress. Goals, 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 goals. That's good. But you want to know what I was able to understand? A lot of these goals we set for ourselves are selfish. They are selfish. So many selfish goals. But not only that, we have those who inspire us to be selfish. We have the basics, such as get your own house, your own car, your own family, your own dog, your own white picket fence, get your own everything, get your own business, your own job, start your own business, get your own business. Everything is you. In this generation, I'm gonna say this. For us, that's what I'm gonna say. For us, it has been a focus for us to become so independent that we do not want to lift a finger to help one another. Instead, we rather lift up our phones and get on Snapchat and start recording them, or we rather talk about them, tweet about how it's so sad or this is so crazy, and we have so much sympathy, but we can't even physically help those people. You want to know why? Because it's not because we don't have a sense of passion. It's because we were not, we were not taught how to have passion. A lot of things that we do is because we were taught or we were shown by influence. And we were not shown passion. We were not given the understandings of passion. If we were, it was fake. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. It was fake. It didn't feel real or authentic. It felt like the passion that you're talking about is just to do it to have a good look. But that true passion where something is happening with someone and you're able to be there for them no matter what's going on, it's like it's slowly being pulled away. It's being pulled away from us. The opportunity for us to have that sense of passion. And I would say with our generation, what I've seen, many of us, we are sensitive. And I would say that's a good thing because that allows you to connect with yourself better, have conversations with others better, be able to correspond and listen and not be so prideful. Yeah, a lot of us still do deal with pride and we have that, but I see progress. I see progress, hope, and love in our generation. And what I want to do is inspire you guys to continue doing that. And if you haven't, start it because it's a loving, caring, joyful progression. It's a loving, caring, joyful life. It's a loving, caring, joyful adventure. It is endless. that the hurt that you have against someone, let it go. When I say let it go, I don't mean just throw it out the window. I mean, look at your reasons, see what happened and why it happened, cry it out, talk it out, speak it out. But after that, let it go. Let it go. And once you let it go, learn from it. Learn from it. So, for one, you will never have to run into a situation where you're that deep in again. And two, when you meet others, you could you can come and help them for those same type of situations you've been through. Let it go. When you can let things go, your life flows easier. It flows, you have more function. You can operate. You don't have a sense of hate. You don't have a sense of even pride. And you know, pride is strong. Pride is so strong. It's hard to deal with people with pride. It's very hard. Jesus didn't deal with people who had pride. It's hard because they don't want. You're stopping. You lack growth. Basically, you come to a point where you don't want to grow. Some people have to go through phases where they're prideful. Some people, they know to stop, but they don't want to stop. And others, I don't know. But grow. Be happy. Love others. Have a passion. And the last thing I can say is, do it through what this generation and our age has taught you. Be colorful. Be creative. Be diverse. Speak to different people. Educate yourself on different parts of the world so you can learn and know. So prepare yourself. If you've been in the United States all your life, prepare yourself to go to Asia, Australia, you know, places that you never thought about going. Educate, prepare your mind, mentally prepare yourself. Speak it into existence. Manifest that. It will happen. It will happen. Be honest. Live a loving life. Many of you guys who don't have much influence, and you know you don't have much influence around you that promotes positive, happiness, and joyful, I will say remain strong. Remain strong. Remain strong and pray. I have asked God many things. I'm not talking about cars, money, clothes, and all that stuff. I've asked God to help me with this. God, I want to be around people like this so I can know. God, I want to go through a phase where I can learn how to deal with people who have anger issues. I ask God questions like that so I can grow, so I can learn and be humble to many different types of people. It don't even have to be out of this. It doesn't even have to be out of this country or out of our race. It can be people who grew up a different way than me, have a different way of looking at things, who don't believe in God, who hate Jesus. Just because you hate Jesus don't mean I have to hate you. So have a open mind. That's what I should have said. I think I said that already. But if I did, just in case I didn't in the beginning of the video, have an open mind because it takes you far. It takes you far. Don't ever stop and look at someone and say, that is them and they will never change. So that is it for the video, you guys. I hope you like it, and I know you will grow. I don't hope you will grow. I know you will grow. You will grow and you will love and you will care for others around you. Adios.